You guys asked for it, so here's a tutorial on my hard gel application. And I am doing this on a fill, but it's actually the same process for the application as it would be if she didn't have anything. So we are starting off with dehydrator and primer. I am using the dehydrator from Mia's Secret and putting that all over the nails. And then I'm going in with my No Lift nail primer. Now, the important thing that I have noticed is make sure you let the primer dry all the way before putting on the product. Because I feel like when I don't, like the product just separates a little bit or something like that. I don't know. But this is just what works for me. So we are going to start off with our slip layer. It is a little bit fast at first because otherwise this video would be insanely long, but I am using this flat brush is from Amazon, and my liner brush that I use is from Beetles, which I also get from Amazon. And my hard gel is the one from IBD, and it is hard gel, not Build Jar. This one's hard gel. So as you can see, I first started off with my slip layer, and I'm going to show it to you guys a little bit more slow down here in a bit. With my flat brush, I grabbed a really thin amount of gel, and I did a thin layer as you can see here. Now this is what's going to guide your gel. So do not cure. While it's still wet, you want to go ahead and get your bead of the gel. And you'll see here, I am focusing my bead at the top. I'm not going to drag it down quite yet like you see in the other videos with builder gel. And that's because I want to make sure that the product stays on top and has a nice little apex to it. With my liner brush, that's what I'm going to use to kind of pull it down to cover the whole nail. And you want to make sure to not drag along the apex with you or the structure of the nail. And also make sure that you're looking at the nail from all sorts of directions and angles. That's going to help you to see where you need a little bit more gel dragged down to or where you need less of it. And make sure you work it up around the cuticle. And look at that, this is what it should look like. And make sure you're not working too slow, otherwise gravity will do its thing and make a whole mess with it. So go ahead and cure that, and once it's cured, there is going to be a tacky layer. So I'm going in with my Young Nail Swipe and a lint-free wipe to clean off that tacky layer. And then I'm just going to go ahead with my file and then make sure everything is nicely shaped up. Just cleaning up the shape in the nail, making sure there's no little pokey things or anything like that, or gel around the edges. And then I give it a nice little file at the top, very, very light-handed though. You don't want to mess up the structure of the nail. I'm just making sure that everything is nice and smooth. And like any other product, the smoother your application is, the less filing you'll have to do. Then I just finished everything off with a nice little buff on the top and bottom. And now you are all ready to start your design and put on your polish, do whatever you'd like, and this is what they should look like. And I forgot to mention, but during this, I'm alternating between hands. So while I'm doing one finger on one hand, the other hand is in the lamp, curing the previous finger that I had just done, if that makes sense.